You have too many interests and you don't know how to balance them. Well, you're not the only one. Over 70% of professionals report that they feel overwhelmed by the amount of interest and projects that they juggle. The struggle to balance multiple projects and interests is real, and it's affecting your productivity, your mental health, and your sense of fulfillment. Now imagine Issa Rae. She's an accomplished writer, director, producer, entrepreneur, the list goes on. So how does she do this? Now, what if I told you that you can master this balancing act too? In today's video, we're diving into strategies of balancing the multiple plates that you are currently spinning. Whether you are an entrepreneur, a creative, or just a person who has multiple passions. So stick around, because in this video, you're gonna learn how to handle the multiple passions and interests that you are currently balancing in your life. Welcome back to Shoma Sab. If you're new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about self-care, self-development, and as well as I throw some hair care tips. I truly do hope you guys love it here. So the very first steps to managing multiple interests is to focus on which one is the most important. So categorize your interests into primary, secondary, and tertiary levels. This not only gives you a sense of clarity to understand and lay out what it is that you're trying to do and what it is that you want, but it also makes sure that you don't spread yourself too thin. Doing so many different types of things at once, it just gives you a sense of direction, what it is that you're doing. All of this is just organizing your passions. So for example, the primary one is, this is like your long-term vision, your long-term goals. So you're gonna make sure that this is aligned to whatever objective that you are trying to achieve in the long term. Whether it is you're a writer or you're a photographer, or you have this really big fitness objective that you're trying to accomplish, you're gonna try to focus on that, and that's gonna be like your main objective when it comes to passions. So the second one is the primary. It is important, but it's not as demanding as the primary passion. So you can indulge in this whenever you have the downtime for when you're not doing your primary goals. Like for example, if you are into language learning and this is something that you like to do, that maybe you have an objective to go to France one day and you want to learn how to speak French around the natives, or for whatever it's a particular type of reason, maybe you have French speaking family members and you want to feel like you want to communicate with them, and see that this can go back and forth. This could be a primary or this could be a secondary. It is subjective to you, like whatever is the most important to you. The third one is the tertiary levels. So these are just hobbies that you enjoy doing, but they don't need immediate attention. Whenever you have extra downtime, if you're not doing your primary or your secondary, this is something that you can just add on. So for example, my list that I have, I put down, I like hiking. So I don't do this every week. I do this maybe every other week. I'll go hiking. Whenever I have a surplus amount of time, I'll just go and indulge into that. Like for example, I'll give you guys what mine is. The very first one I have on my list, one of the many I have on my list, is the YouTube. So this is a passion of mine, right? And this is something I'm doing for the long term. So this takes priority over the other passions that I have. So I have a career goal with the YouTube. So I'm going to make sure I spend a lot of time, maybe every day or every other day. I'm going to, whether it's look up YouTube video stuff, either learning different type of materials or working on the content that I do have. So that's how that one looks. The secondary one is, let's say for example, I am working on learning a new language. I want to be able to go to Seoul one day, Seoul, Korea. So I'm going to start taking language learnings, but something I'm going to do whenever I had a downtime for my primary one, right? So I'm going to make sure I do this. If it's not every day, if it's not every other day, I may do this maybe twice a week. And so the tertiary passion is this. So I like hiking. So I'm not going to go hiking every single week or every day, or God knows I'm not hiking every single day. This is just something that I do, that I make sure that I have time for it, right? So for example, I see an upcoming hiking event and I see that, okay, I have enough time to do this, all my passions, all like my YouTube things to check on the list. I've done my language learning, so I have those courses out the way. So I have some extra time to squeeze in hiking. So the hiking thing may be once or twice a month. So that is how it looks like. So it's the primary, secondary, and tertiary level. So I hope that's clear to you guys. So prioritizing your passions doesn't mean that you are abandoning your other interests and your other hobbies. It is that you are having more so structure to what is that you can do. You don't want to overwhelm yourself and you don't want to feel burned out, because if you put too much on your plate, you're not going to really enjoy the things that you are passionate about. It's just all about just creating hierarchy. So the second one is time management, and time management is the backbone of balancing multiple interests. There are several techniques that you can optimize in every day, but the very first one we're going to talk about is time blocking. So by having time blocks, only are you not overwhelming yourself, but you are making sure that you stick to what you say you're going to do throughout the day. So reserve distinct periods for each passion or project. So for example, you might dedicate mornings to Pilates and afternoons to writing. So this structure makes sure that you don't have any type of burnout. So the next technique is the Pomodoro technique. So you're going to break your works into intervals. So say for example, you're a writer, so you're going to dedicate 25 minutes to writing, and then you're going to take a 5-minute break, and then you're going to continue 25 more minutes. And this is done for 4 25-minute intervals with 5-minute breaks within each one. Whatever time block that you have set up, you want to, regardless of how they look like, you want to incorporate that in. So this method keeps your energy alive, and it also gives you a very fresh perspective. Like you taking a break, you taking a step back, and you coming back in with a different perspective. Sometimes you just have to process things, and sometimes whatever it is, you don't want to just keep going, because that can just give stagnant and kind of stuck energy, and over time that can lead to burnout. The next technique is quarterly planning. So instead of trying to juggle everything every single day, look at your passions over a 3-month span. By breaking the year into quarters, you can align your projects with seasonal goals, reducing stress and enhancing your productivity. By using these 3 techniques, you can give all your interests and your passion the enough attention that it deserves without feeling overwhelmed or stressed out. Okay, so last I want to talk to you guys about are tools and strategies that can keep you more structured and organized. So what we've been talking about the entire time is just like a bit of organized and structure here and there, but I want to talk to you guys a little about our simple things like product management tools. So I used to be a product manager, so these tools I have used in my past job, and they have been very good with managing the multiple tasks I had going on. So I want to tell you guys about this. So Trello and Asana allows you to create boards and list each passions. It makes it easier for you to visualize your workload. You can set deadlines, you can track multiple progresses, and you can even collaborate with other people. Like for example, you may have a co-founder or someone else that is working on some type of project with you, whatever that looks like, so you guys can collaborate on these different types of platforms together. So Notion, an example, this is for people who prefer a more customizable tool. So Notion offers flexibility in organizing notes, tasks, and even journaling your progress. So this is a one-stop shop for keeping all your projects in sync. And this is something I did use, and I used to use this with different types of engineers, and it just has a lot of different functions. If you use these different platforms, these different softwares, it is, or if you don't want to use the software, you can use Canva. Canva is free if you want to use the different templates they have on there, or you can just go and get different types of notebooks and at Office Depot, whatever works for you, whatever is in your budget. By doing so, it's best to, at the end of each week, is to reflect on the work that you have been doing and the progress that you have been making. So review what needs to be accomplished, also what needs to be readjusted. So this reflection period is very beneficial for you to keep on track of things that are working for you and the things that keep you more aligned to seeing towards your goals and your different types of passions. So not only using different type of organization tools not only keep you more aligned, but it also makes sure that your other plans and your other passions and interests don't just fall off by the wayside. So you guys made it to the end of this video. So managing multiple passions and interests is very obtainable attainable. You just have to have the right strategy to do so. By prioritizing your interests and managing time management and utilizing the right tools, you can turn your diverse passions into a well-orchestrated symphony. So remember, it's not about doing everything all at once, but it's about making sure you do what matters the most. I do hope you guys found this video very helpful. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, peace